did it, guys. 10 years on YouTube, 10,000 subscribers, and I just turned 21 recently. Which that's not really YouTube related. We can just take that and add it to the pile. I've never really seen YouTube as anything more than just a very big hobby for me. There's never really been a point in time where I've seriously put so much work and effort into it that I could excuse it as a job or anything like that. It's always something that I've had fun going back to, but it's just that. It's just a bit of fun. Now, you may be asking yourself, Brendan, you say 10 years, but your account says only about 8 years. You're a liar. Well, here's a little bit of Delta Leader history for you. I'm sure there's only like one person out there who actually knows this, aside from me, is that this is the third jab at the Delta Leader franchise. The first was back in August or September of 2009. There was Delta Leader 39. Then that account was taken down for various reasons, and quickly later that week, I think, I'm going back 10 years when I say this, I got Delta Leader 37. 38 was taken. Spent about 2.5 years on that account, got about 100 subs. Then that account was taken down for copyright, and I happen to have this account as just sort of a backup because it was kind of like an alternate channel. You see, people nowadays have alternate channels all the time for whatever reason, but back in the day, like 2009, 2010, it was just standard for everybody to have two channels. One was their main channel, and one was a less formal channel with like behind the scenes stuff and that sort of thing. So I think I should just go through and talk about like what exactly I started with, where I am now, and where I'm headed. I started being on YouTube back in 2009 because I actually wanted to make Lego videos. If you go back a decent amount on my channel, you can still find some of those. But I was very into Lego stop motions as a kid. The first person I ever subscribed to was a guy named Lego Boy something, who I still check in every now and then. He makes pretty good videos. And Forest Fire 101, who makes the great Lego Batman series. And I kind of wanted to be like them. I wanted to review Lego sets. I wanted to make stop motions. I had about 12 or 13 stop motions on my old channel. None of them have survived. Nothing really came of it. I had a pretty solid, what I can remember, solid just group of friends through that. Whereas I had like, clocking at the first year I was doing YouTube, I had like 80 or 90 subs. And I would link like my school friends' channel on my page, and they would immediately get 30 subs, and we would all sub to each other and stuff. So it was this pretty tight, dedicated, sort of just small community of people, and it was great. Eventually, I moved away from the Lego stuff. One, because it was just not what I was into, and two, because I wasn't really gaining that much from it. I didn't really have the time or patience to make like full-fledged stop motions like Forest Fire or whoever, filmy guy. Mine were just very cut and dry, very Legos in front of the camera, he's doing whatever. I would do the entire 3 or 4 minute video. It's like audio in one take. Being kind of an editor now, what was I thinking? Around this time also, this is about early 2011, I got into a channel called Indie Mogul, where this was a channel that taught you how to make low-budget special effects. I think everybody has seen at least one of their tutorials. They show you how to do gunshots and green screen and like fake heads, exploding arms and stuff. And I was very inspired by that. And I've always had an interest in like movies and film. I remember very long time ago when I was very little, I used to watch the behind the scenes of a movie just as much as the actual movie, because I was interested in like seeing how the movie was made. And I'd say that Indie Mogul is something that very much cemented those ideas when I was 11 or 12, and made me want to just sort of make videos, make more high budgeted videos, and make movies. Eventually, in around 2012, I started shifting away from the Lego stuff and more into gaming stuff. I was never into live streams or Twitch or anything like that. What I was into was like kind of a mix of classic gaming and modern gaming. It was because I was very into the Angry Video Game Nerd at the time and James Rolfe as a whole. So I collected a lot of like older video games and older consoles. Or at the same time, I was very into the series Halo, which I'm still a huge Halo fan. Um, and a few months later, the Xbox One was revealed, and I remember just defending the crap out of it. I was a full-fledged Xbox One fanboy. I'm not sure if any of those videos survived, but me sort of just thinking that Xbox is the greatest and PC and PlayStation were the worst. It's gotten me into a little bit of trouble over the years, but you know. Whereas now, it's gaming is just more taking a back seat and I focus more on movie content. Eventually, around 2014, 2015, I got a retail job. It was my first retail job, and that definitely took a lot of time away from the YouTube stuff. So anyone can really take a jab at why I don't really upload as much anymore. And when I do, it's very infrequent, and I don't really have like a set schedule or set type of video that I'm going to make. Some days it's just going to be like an update video. Sometimes it's going to be like a Gus Johnson style, like skit little video. And it's really because my priorities have shifted away from YouTube and more onto other things that are in my life right now. I've always been the type of person to only make things when I have a good idea for them. You can chalk that up to a flaw if you want. I'm not sure. But even when I'm trying to make something in my personal life away from YouTube, it can still be kind of difficult. It's really, as soon as I get an idea for a YouTube video, I'm getting a camera and I'm filming it. Same goes with other projects and other things going on in my life. Whereas YouTube has just been more of something that I haven't really generated a dedicated fan base for. So I feel as though I'm not necessarily letting anyone on when it comes to not uploading. And I'm grateful for the amount of subs that I've had, but if you see the view to sub ratio, it's miles apart. So then comes the question of where is my YouTube career going to go from here? Well, I've been looking forward to making this video for a long time, and I'm glad I was able to actually just sit down and do it and edit it. I have a couple of other videos that I plan to get out before Christmas time, end of the year, and I have some couple of ideas that I'm throwing around as well. But again, I don't feel as though I'm able to commit myself to a full-blown schedule when it comes to YouTube videos, at least just yet. Thank you to everybody who's watched this. Thank you to everybody who's stuck around and anybody who's watched my channel for a long time, and expect to see more videos in the future.